the more I went to school, the more I knew that's all I wanted to do. I loved looking at the sand piles. I loved everything about it. He sent me to the University of Alabama because they were the closest university to teach mining engineering. The last conversation I had with my dad, just as we were starting that second semester, I was apologizing for not making good grades. He says, "Son, just remember," he says, "this is the first time you've lived away from home, been on your own." He says, "So you're learning a lot." He says, "You're also learning about people, and it's so important to learn about people." And he said, "Just remember, where one fellow leaves off, another has to begin." And those were the last words I ever remembered hearing from him, because they were just indelible. Next thing I got was a message that my dad had died. And then when I got out there, my mother says, "Well, you're going to represent me now. I want you to run the production end out here." Well, some of the older people proceeded to quit because they wasn't going to work for this 20-year-old kid that was just out of college and didn't know anything. Some of the people that I was going to depend on, I didn't have to depend on. So I had to just work with the people that were left, and they were good people. But I could see a lot of things that weren't being done right. But my mother, oh gosh, she had lots of spunk, lots of courage, lots of guts. She was a lot of times so much the backbone of my dad when he would be so good, maybe too good to people. She would kind of reel his horns in once in a while a little bit, you know. A couple of years after my dad had died, she remarried, and so this gentleman comes in as sales manager. Well, I had to go out with him to begin with and tell him the difference between concrete and cement. And because he had a background in fertilizer, it also gave me a chance to learn so much about so many different things I've never had a chance to know anything about.